think I said that right. Um, I ain't gonna lie to you. There's a couple of these games I don't even have them picked right now. Like until it's like on the spot, that'll be my predictions. That will be my predictions. Um, I'm trying to remember Temple's picks because it's on my phone, and there's just a lot of stuff going on at the house, to say the least. So I don't have the paper, but so let's go. I feel like the obvious first one, even though I think Jacksonville will play good and might make it close. I think we might be all going to the Chiefs here. I don't know, but me and Temple got the Chiefs. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because one, they got playoff experience. Jacksonville don't have that. Maybe in another year or two, we're talking about Jacksonville going to the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep on just adding pieces and adding to their roster. But not this year. Mahomes, Kelsey, all those people that's been in the playoffs, they're gonna know how to do it, and they're at home. So Chiefs, I think Chiefs win by 10.
Uh, I really want to pick Jacksonville. I
Mm-hmm.
really want them to win. Uh,
Don't get me wrong. I want Jackson. I want Jacksonville to win. I do, but I don't.
I want them to win, but on the safe side, I do want to pick the Chiefs just so I could, I guess, get it right just in case they do. But so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Chiefs by at least a field goal. But I do think Jacksonville's defense will. I don't know. It depends. I think they may stop Kansas City a few times, and then depends on how Jacksonville responds on offense. As long as they don't have to start like they did last week, they should be fine. It should be a close game because Jacksonville's defense is really good.
The thing that makes me mad is it should be the Chargers facing the Chiefs this week. If
Nah.
we being honest, that kind of made me mad, but it is what it is, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it. I see it as maybe like a touchdown-ish game, maybe a 3-point game, and then they get like a score at the end that puts it to 10. I don't know. But I think it'll be closer. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. If they come out like they did last week, the Chiefs are not blowing that lead.
Oh no.
The Chiefs ain't blowing that lead. Um, not at all. I, you know, of course it's going to help. Jacksonville with home field advantage helped.
Oh
They,
yeah, last week.
yeah, but I'm yeah, they can't do that. And what's Kansas City's stadium? Arrowhead, or something like that. They ain't going to be able to do that in Kansas City at all. That's all I know. Um, let's see. Tonight, the other game is the Giants and the Eagles. Giants and the Eagles. Hello. Ah, dang. Oh, there we go.
I about to say something happened. It said reconnect.
Oh man, I was looking. I was like, man, he is staying still, really good, and I wasn't noticing. And I was like, ah, dang. But I was just saying, Kansas City ain't. You ain't gonna be able to come back with that. And then I also said, so the next game today is Philly and the Giants. And this one, I'm really going back and forth with because one, Philly has been the better team overall. Yes, probably been one of the top three teams easily in the NFL this overall season. But that bye week concerns me a lot because we've seen teams do this bye week, and especially like a team that's it's like their second year in the playoffs, even though they've got a good team, they still don't have that experience. Like Jalen don't have that experience. AJ Brown, he does because I think he's had a couple years with the Titans,
Oh
but
yeah.
still, it's young experience. It's not like someone that's been in the playoffs over 5, 6 times. So
I
uh,
mean, you can say that about the Giants too. Honestly, well, I mean, they did play last week, but
Giants got that momentum. They got that momentum that I think of. Their 9-7 team. They could have that momentum where if they beat Philly, it might just keep on going.
yeah,
Thing. I'm not gonna lie to you, but they had Eli Manning that was good. Daniel Jones is still questionable to me. I don't care how good he's looked this year.
I'm not gonna overlook it. Like he played a good game. It was against a bad Vikings, a terrible Vikings defense.
Yeah,
And I didn't. I've been saying all year I don't think the Vikings were as good as their record, and that game proved it. That's no slight to New York or anything. It's just I don't think the Vikings were that good, and the Giants just exploited everything. And I don't think Philly's gonna be that exploitable, especially with their secondary. They do have a very good secondary, and I think as long as they can keep Daniel Jones like a spy on him, like their defense is really good. So I'm not too concerned about that. I just want to see how they move the ball on offense because if Jalen moves it like he's been moving it all season, then it probably will be a 10-point game, especially at home. I mean, Giants and Eagles. That's something like said. He's a Giants fan. You would want that in the playoffs. That's a matchup you would want. So
yeah. I've been going back and forth with this game and another game. And said, don't get me wrong. I've came close to picking the Giants, but I gotta pick Philly in this. I do think it might come to the wire, though. I honestly do think that game's going to come to the wire because I think the Giants are going to have a good game plan coming in. Philly going to look maybe a little off at the beginning because they had that bye week. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of teams that's had that bye week in the playoffs and it just hasn't worked out. But I think for Philly, it'll be all right. I don't think Philly's going to have all that downfall. Now, it could happen, but I don't think it will. But I think I got Philly by 3. I think they'll kick like a field goal in the late fourth to go up or something like that.
I
Uh,
think I think I may take them by 7, just because I'm really just their offensive is just like a very
mhm.
offense, and it's kind of like the Giants, except they don't use probably Sanders a lot. It's usually like Jalen, and
Yeah, he's crazy.
he's fast, and he can make the throws. And I mean, you still got to worry about AJ Brown and then Smith. I mean, and they got a good O line too. They got a great O line.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
I'm hoping it's a good game.
Yeah. Honestly, I hope most of these are good games.
I think if there's any like game that's probably 10 or more points, it would be this game in Kansas City. But that's a maybe.
I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see them winning by 10. I just don't. Just because I don't know. I just don't. I just don't. Uh, I can see the Kansas City one, and I could see this upcoming one we're going to talk about. Normally, we talk about it last since it's the last game of Sunday, but I'm not because I don't really. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel like I feel like the 49ers should beat the Cowboys. Uh,
Mm.
I do feel like that. I know Cowboys looked good last week, but let's be honest, this Tampa team has not looked good all year long. Of
They
course,
they look the same as they did all season. So like,
yeah,
not surprised that like just Dallas won.
yeah. I'm going to pick my team, but if I saw Chris Godwin and that Dwayne Wade, I would have picked the Cowboys to win. I honestly would, just because that pissed me off seeing it.
Why?
Why? Oh, yeah, don't get me started. That man over here must have been paying the refs for foul calls in the '06 finals. We just happily win the first 2 games and crumble, and then the refs are calling like 30 fouls a game for Dwayne Wade. Come on now. But nonetheless, Dallas looked good last week, but I wasn't entirely surprised because if Dallas was going to do stuff on offense, I knew we were probably going to lose the game because the offenses looked terrible. Brian Leftwich is gone. Uh, a lot of people are talking about him and all that. I don't honestly. I want. He hasn't had a good year of play calling, but I don't think it's really all of his fault. If I'm being honest, if I'm being real, but 49ers are a different animal this year, and a way better team than what Tampa is. And I think they'll show that tomorrow night. I wish the Bengals in Buffalo was the last game, but for some odd reason they're the first game. I don't want that, but I mean it does help out. I can stay up, watch that, and then just go to bed. So I
Oh dang! Now he got to reconnect.
okay. I don't know why it's doing that. I got the Wi-Fi on my phone, so I don't know why I'm doing that. That don't make no sense. But um, yeah, I'm gonna say I got 49ers by 14.
Dang, I'm taking Dallas.
Mm.
Uh, man, I think Brock's fairy tale run has to end, no matter the weapons he has on his team. So I'm thinking if if Dallas does lose, I think it'll be close. I don't think it'll be a blowout. It could be a defensive game. I mean, Dallas' defense they do have a good defense. They have Parsons. They have Vandersich at linebacker. They got Diggs. They got Curse. I mean, they got a good defense. So, I mean, it just depends on the Dak really you get. If you can get the one that's riding the momentum from last week and just going out there and playing. I mean, with the weapons, it's a team. It's San Francisco. They can be beat. It's I mean, like the game against Seattle. Seattle was in it until they had. I've never seen so many penalties from the center and the guards going downfield, illegal man downfield. I've never seen that so many times in one game. I don't even know if I've seen it more than twice, but and it kept happening. And then next you know, a fumble, and then they just crumble from there because Seattle was in the game in the red zone, about to take the lead, and it's just over from there. So, and I don't really like San Francisco anyway.
Oh, I know. I know. As a Green Bay fan, you don't because I mean that's the same way how I feel about certain teams too. But um, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't. I really think the 49ers are going to come out and show out. I think it might be close for like a half, but I really do think the 49ers go away with this one. I don't. I just have a feeling they will. I mean, they might not, but who knows? Who knows? Um, Probably the most exciting game for me is going to be this one. We got Cincinnati at Buffalo. Um, this is the other game that I have. I really have no idea who I'm going to get. Funny enough, Burrow's going to get the extension here soon, which that just came by my Bleacher Report. Um, I don't know. I honestly don't know what team I'm going for here because I really
Come on,
it's
man. Come on.
it. I don't know. I'm gonna let you go ahead and just say yours. I don't. I really don't know.
Oh, I mean, you should already know who I have.
I got.
I got the Bengals. Hey, I
Hmm.
got the Bengals. I think the Bills. I mean, especially last week. Not saying Dolphins not a good team, but that's just a different team with Tua. That's a very different team with Tua, and to be at home, almost blow that game where it's the playoffs. Like you're not gonna get another chance like until next season. So, and the Bills have looked like they did beat the Chiefs earlier this year. I think it was by a field goal, but I mean,
They're so off and on.
They don't exactly. They don't look like the team before the season. Like, last playoffs in that last game, they looked like that's why everybody had them picked because they're like, man, if they would have got the ball back or something like that, they probably would have won. Blah blah blah. And then coming into the season, like everybody's like, they're going to the Super Bowl. This is the year. And then like this season, it's just been like they didn't live up to any of that hype that they had and stuff like that. And so they've looked just like they looked mediocre at times and like very beatable. And like that was just last week as well. So, and this is against a Bengals team that just went to the Super Bowl, so it's not like they ain't been in that predicament. They were on the road. They and Josh Allen, like he just got to play. He has to play a lot better. Cause I mean, you could go that way for the Bills as well because Cincinnati, like without Lamar, they about blew that game too. So I think it'll be an interesting game, a defensive game. But I'm gonna take the Bengals.
I failed to mention Temple had the 49ers. He has the Eagles in a close one, and then he has 49, and then the Chiefs. He's got the Bills in a close one.
Oh man, I'm gonna be the only one rocking with the Bengals. Joe Burrow, he trying to go back to the Super Bowl. You know that.
And actually, I'm gonna rock with the Bengals as well.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna rock with the Bengals. I've been going back and forth, and for me, like you said, the Bills just not looking like the team that we saw against the Chiefs in the playoffs, where you would think that there would be a lot just look a lot better, just look a lot better overall, like the team that everyone thought was going to be in the Super Bowl. I personally didn't even have them in the Super Bowl, but that's just me. Um, and I think Cincinnati wins here, but it could go either way easily. This probably be, like I said, this is going to be my favorite game of the weekend.
It's gonna be.
So I can't wait to see how it plays out. I know Cincinnati's got probably the worst offensive line in the playoffs, but they did last year. They had a worse one last year, I would say, even though it's still been bad this year. They had a worse one last year, and they got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what was really crazy.
I'm just saying right now, if they can get to the Super Bowl and get past the Chiefs or whoever it is, and get past the Bills tomorrow, I think they have a really good chance of winning the Super Bowl against whatever NFC team comes out.
Right.
I really do. Um. Okay, quickly, AFC or NFC? Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Uh, I'd say NFC.
I think AFC. I
Wait,
think those teams are better than the NFC teams.
what?
And I'm an NFC type of person, but I got to rock with the AFC with this. I think.
I, I think Billy will have like win it all, so that's why I said NFC. So
I don't know if Philly will make it,
mm.
even though I predict. I don't know. I don't know if they'll make it. Who knows? But
If Philly don't make it, then I think an AFC team will win.
I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully, all the games are at least decent, good, whatever. At least half of them. At least half of them. I don't know. Who knows? We always got one of the, and it's going to happen. We always got one of these blowout games that sucks, and I feel like we're going to get one of them. It just happens. It just happens. Okay, well, all right. This has been division. Wait a minute. What is this? The divisional round.
Yep.
Yep. All right. That's our predictions and all that. I'm off to. I'm about to eat something, so I'm ready
Man,
for. Uh, I think we're gonna go to Olive Garden because of salad.
wow, pasta man.
I don't really care to eat their food. I'll eat a salad and I'll eat like an appetizer, and that's all I'll eat most of the time. But all right, divisional round week. Hopefully the Bengals win, so I get one game closer to Temple. Hopefully. But all right, hope y'all have a great day and peace out.
See you.